Welcome to the Point Podcast, a production of Garde Voir Ci magazine. Our spring 2023 season features a look into the lost youth culture of Southeast Louisiana. For more information, visit our website at gardevoirci.nichols.edu.
Hello everyone. My name is Quincy Evans and I'm here today interviewing another member of a local band in the area. And would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Chantz Haviland and I'm in the band Orange, and yeah.
And today I'll be here interviewing Chantz about how he first joined the band Orange, some of his favorite memories, and anything else that happens along the way. So to start things off with humble beginnings, how did you first join the band Orange? Was it that you and a bunch of people got together and formed it, or did you see like a posting somewhere saying like we're taking auditions or anything?
Well, the band kind of evolved from me and three other high schoolers trying to start a band. And whenever we were first practicing to start playing gigs, I enlisted the help of a family friend who was a very successful musician. He's a bit of older fella. He was 59, 60 years old whenever he helped us with starting out. And eventually the band morphed from younger people, where it was 3 17-year-olds playing with a couple of old guys, to eventually the younger people leaving and going off to college or get jobs elsewhere and such, to where it was just me and 5 other middle to late age seasoned musicians. So that's how that band evolved.
It's a weird dynamic from what, because usually you always hear people say like, oh, me and a bunch of my other high school or college friends decided to form a band, whatever, just go along from there. But now you're just with, hey, I'm here with my uncles or whatever.
Yeah.
That's essentially the feel of what I'm getting at with that. And like, do you ever feel like you're like, do you ever feel like you're the odd one out when you're just like the youngest member of the band, or or they make you feel welcomed or anything?
Nah, it never really felt like that, because the whole reason I started playing with these older fellas was because there wasn't enough musicians my age that could play the music I was playing. It's old classic rock, and we try to play more complicated stuff to give us a challenge and play stuff that other bands can't play. And so it was so nice, and we blend a lot better than you would think we would, because we all share like a love for the same type of music. So we all learn the songs and we talk about the music, and naturally there's like age difference where like I can't show them a meme, but like I can show them like a Facebook level type meme and they'll laugh. So we do connect in ways, that's a bit different, but it's a weird dynamic that works out somehow. They look at me as an equal member, not as the young guy, so it's really nice.
Really, because I could kind of understand that. My family sort of works like that. We're not in a band, actually. Well, we're not in a band, but they always see this like, hey, do you need help? Like, not to like in a piteous sort of way, just more like, hey, do you need help? Because we've been through a lot and we'd like to make things a bit easier and like more approachable and everything.
Yeah, like they always help me out. They always give me good criticism. It may seem like hard, like it was hard at first because I was the least experienced, so I would see all these people basically playing their parts perfect while I was still struggling with some things sometimes. But eventually I came around, with their help as well. So I learned a lot getting to play with them as well.
So did you have like prior experience to playing like what instrument do you play in the band?
I play drums, yeah.
So did you have any prior experience, or were you just like starting out when the band sort of like formed and everything?
I've had prior experience. I was playing in a Cajun band whenever we started that band. I played in a couple bands in high school, and of course marching band, which is a whole different game, but it's still music. And that was my prior experience. But whenever the older guys started joining, it got more serious, and I just started playing harder music that was like really challenging. So I got to elevate myself as a musician because of it.
So you're more pushed towards to be better, to sort of like keep up with everyone. Is that it?
Yeah, for sure. That was exactly it. Like I wanted to go to practice and be just as prepared as the guys that have been playing these songs for 20, 30 years. So
all right. So when you first got a gig at at wherever you first started. How did that feel like leading up to it and like actually playing it? Because I know like for me, if I was like performing like in a band like this for the first time, even if it's like a small like gig place or whatever, I'd be pretty nervous. So how do you feel about that?
Very nervous because our first gig was packed. We had 300 people because we started posting our practices online on Facebook. And since I was playing with all these older people that people knew from older bands, they were so excited to come see them playing with younger people.
That must have put a lot of like stress on you or whatever.
Oh, we were all stressed because we would post a video and get like 100, 200 views. You know, Facebook's a lot of views for a local town. And so we were hearing all these people that were like saying, oh yeah, we're coming to your first gig. We were like, oh my God, we wanted to practice more because of it. So yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but after the gig we were like really happy about it.
Yeah. And so you just decided to just keep going from there.
Oh yeah, you know, we wanted to get better gigs, better paying gigs, more like fairs and festivals, because we had one about a year after we started playing, and it was such a blast. We're like, oh, we got to do this again.
What would you like to, like, if there's a place around here that you would like to perform at, what would it be? Even if it's just like an opening act or something.
Oh, I would love to play at one of these local festivals. You know, not nothing crazy like in a NOLA festival, but like something like somewhere here. Fireman's Festival. You know, something down in Houma maybe. You know, because fairs are the most fun to me.
Really? Why is that?
It's because there's so much to do there. Even if there's so much to do there, that there's all these new people that can come and hear you that's never heard you before. And also, whenever there are people that come just for you, it's such a good feeling because there's so much cool stuff around there for them to do, and they're there for you. So
it's sort of like they have the people that come for you. It's like you're meeting their expectations and everything. I bet that's like very gratifying and everything.
Oh yeah, my favorite thing to do is to have a new person that's never seen us before get blown away. We have certain songs that are very epic in nature. You know, they're like they're more progressive than regular classic rock. So whenever we pull it off and play it well, it really blows the socks off of people sometimes. And that's a great feeling. And just like whenever you're the younger guy, a lot of people will see me and then all the other people and be like, okay, they have a kid back there basically. Yeah, you know, in age, you know, between 60 and 20, 21, it's really like
we're just babysitting.
Yeah, who's this kid back there? So whenever I play really well, it's really cool to surprise people.
Take that.
Because they might be expecting that I'm good, but I try to raise above everyone's expectations.
I get you for that.
Yeah.
And we talked about your first gig and how like you were nervous and everything. What do you think is your best gig actually?
Best playing gig?
Yeah, like best playing gig or best like memory or something along those
Well,
lines.
I have two. So the best gig where I've played like perfect was actually here in Thibodaux not too long ago at I can't remember the bar, but it was down here, and it was just a small bar. There was maybe 100 people, but we played so tight. I thought I played really well in that gig. But my favorite gig so far in the band Orange, because I played with different groups before, was we played at this thing called the Hurricane Festival in Cutoff, and that was the first time they had that fair there since before Ida.
Mm-hmm.
So not only was it a very successful fair because everyone wanted to show up for the first fair since Ida, we played at a time slot that allowed us to get like most of the people there that was going to be there to hear us.
So like, was it like towards the beginning or like the beginning of the?
It was right in the middle.
Oh.
Yeah,
like,
so it was in the late afternoon / evening.
Okay, so around like 4 or 5 o'clock, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, we ended at like 6 or 7 o'clock. So by the time we finished our set, everyone, like, it was packed. I couldn't believe how many people were there because when I'm behind the drum set, I don't really look out too much. Mm-hmm. But when I finished and stood up, I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know there's that many people over there.
Yeah.
Couldn't see the, like, you couldn't see all the way to the back because all these people. Like,
probably only
geez.
you see like the front or so, I'd have to say.
Yeah, and it's an elevated stage, so you don't really
Right.
Yeah.
I get you on that. Too many.
Yeah, that happens, especially because like we play with a lot of lights, for the show and stuff, and I got a smoke machine that goes off like behind my seat and everything.
Gotcha.
So like sometimes I really can't see
Right.
besides like what's on stage. So yeah, it happens sometimes.
I get you there. And recently I know that you and your band actually went on a small tour. I'd have to say.
Well, yeah, not that band. I actually met a gentleman that goes by the stage name Indy, and he and this other band from Orlando put together a tour, and they asked me to play drums for it.
Really? And how was that? Cause like just going from like playing at like local bars and whatnot and fairs and all that, just going around the country just playing music. How did that feel?
It was crazy. First I was worried to death about if I could do it while at school. But once I worked that out, I was really excited to do it. I never really got the feeling of, oh my God, I'm driving to California to go play music. That never really hit me too hard. Mm-hmm. But whenever afterwards, I really thought about everywhere we went and all the places we played, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, well, surprisingly, it blows my mind just as much because it all happens so fast. These things are planned out, but between the time I got asked, I kind of fell into like, okay, I got asked to do it, and then I immediately started practicing. I didn't really get too much time to think about it. Mm-hmm. So once I was prepared for it, I really started enjoying.
Like that mental preparation. It's like, all right, I'm doing this. I can't like let anything distract me or anything.
Yeah, like because the first thing I didn't even think about what I was bringing, how long it would be, what I would do for school. The first thing I was worried about was getting my parts down in the music because
you're essentially asked by this other band to, hey, can you play drums for us while we go on tour? It's like, all right then.
Well, the trippy thing is the guy I played for, Indy, he makes all the music himself, and he just wanted a band to be able to play the music live.
Okay.
And so basically what we had to do was take his songs that he had already done, on a FL Studio and stuff like that, and transfer parts between guitars and bass and drums. There's a lot of electronic elements, a lot of trap stuff that I had to kind of like figure out, because I played around with that stuff by myself, but never in a performance sense. So
I get that.
Yeah.
So
a lot of new territory.
So last thing is like, do you feel like you would actually keep playing in the band Orange or like in the future or anything, or would you this like a small little thing that you're checking off your bucket list or whatever?
Yeah. Well, the band Orange is really my band, mine and the guitarist, and because there's only 3 original members left in it.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. The other members are just as important. It's just that we have more of a say in what happens. Okay. And basically, this band is not really striving for the top. We're just playing around, enjoying music, making money, a little money, not a lot, but enough to be like, oh yeah, this is worth it. Yeah. And it's not my full-time job. I don't think it's anyone's full-time job in the band. We all have lives outside of it and stuff. But I think it will go on until, if I leave, I'm sure they'll still keep playing. They'll just get another drummer.
Right.
I have a lot of big plans in my life, so if I have to eventually leave one day, it'll be a sad day, but it'll all been worth it.
Okay. So I think that's it for everything.
Sick.
Is there anything that you'd like to shout out or anything, like any like upcoming gigs or anything, or where can they listen to your music?
Yeah, okay, well, the band Orange is playing in various places around Thibodaux and Houma over the course of the next few months. So if you look us up on Facebook, you'll find us, the band Orange. And then the guy that I played with on tour, his name is Indy. It's like indie music, but spelled with an E-N. He's doing great things. He's got a song called Love Like That. It's got 500,000 views, which is crazy. So y'all go peep that. Amazing music. I love music. Love Quincy. He loves music just as much as me, probably.
Yep.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So thank you all for listening, and I'll see you all next time.
That will conclude this episode. Thanks for listening, and check out our other episodes on the lost youth culture of Southeast Louisiana.